All right, it is Tuesday, May 16th, and we are here in Las Vegas at the MGM with Bekki Mistri, the event director for the Reuters events, Reuters Automotive Retail Conference.
Exactly. Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Thank you so much. I think this is our first Brit on the show.
You are absolutely our first Brit ever on the morning show. That's a pretty big deal. So this is this your first time in Vegas?
It's my first time in Vegas, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm really enjoying it.
All the automotive people, there's like 50% that are like, yeah, 50% are like, I don't know. Yeah, this is the first time's the last time.
I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do, but there we go. No, glad to be here.
Okay, so everybody's loading in, right? All of the pre-show things that are going to go wrong are going wrong, and you're fixing them. Yeah. What is the overall energy that the sponsors and some of the speakers I've seen show up, some of the CEOs have been here. What is the overall energy of people coming into the show?
Do you know what? I think the thing I love about the automotive retail industry at the moment is there's a real big sense of collaboration. And so I think that's what's coming across from people turning up. Everyone's excited. Some are a little jet lagged. Some, come from quite far. Some driven here. So, just in general, people I think are keen to collaborate, keen to get to know each other, and excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
So over the next couple days, there's a bunch of like keynote style stuff, some workshop stuff, some obviously a little bit of sponsor hall. What do you see as the theme of the conversations that are gonna happen? I know you've been a part of curating the content and the speakers. What's kind of the mode of the theme of the conversations that we're gonna hear?
I think it's going to be bringing the automotive retail industry into the 21st century. It's going to be bringing it from...
We've been pulling everyone for a hot minute, but maybe we'll do it this time, right?
But I think it's going to be, bringing it into the future, bringing it into the now, modernizing everything, keeping up with other industries. My family always say to me, what do you do? Like, what events do you put together? And the way I describe this one is like, years ago, people would never think about buying a sofa or a fridge online, right? That would be like completely unheard of, or a phone online. Same thing with a car. It's never used to be a thing. Now it's going to be a thing. It's here, it's now, it's happening, and people need to keep up. So that's what I think we'll be seeing.
So you were with Reuters Events before it was Reuters Events, correct? Or did you come in?
No, I came in as Reuters.
Okay, and what did you do before that?
So still in events, haven't left, but I did super exciting legal conferences.
So you are really excited to be with automotive because car dealers and the car business is a lot of fun.
It's a breath of fresh air compared to IP and copyright law.
So tell us, we'll try to get you in trouble for a minute. Okay. So what is the last car that you bought?
So I live in central London. I don't own a car.
So you don't own a car?
No, I don't need one.
Do you remember the last one you bought?
It was
Or have you never owned a car?
No, it was a Ford Fiesta.
And did you buy it from a dealer?
Yes.
She goes, that's a great answer.
And pause interview.
She goes, yes, I did.
Well, but dealer in London is a little bit different of an engagement, right? There was enough hesitation in that. Yes.
I had to think it was that long ago. I maybe shouldn't be saying this. Haven't driven a car for about 4 or 5 years now, because I don't need one in London. Obviously, you've got the tube and all of that.
Most New Yorkers don't own a car. It's more expensive to park a car than it is to get an apartment.
Okay, so this has a point, because obviously there are going to be a lot of conversations over the next couple of days, even about EVs and about just the necessity to move in that direction. And there's still a lot of inner city or city living that doesn't necessitate driving, doesn't necessitate a car. Yet a lot of the conversations around EVs is around people that are in cities. And so there's kind of like that bifurcation of market and the engagement. So it'll be interesting to maybe we can ask some of the people as we go into interviews and workshops questions around the engagement that people are seeing in the cities. Are you seeing like a lot of EVs? Because for us in America, it's like, hey, some people are, some people aren't. What is the vibe in London?
What is your impression? Yeah, what is your impression of what it is like here? This is very curious.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that, because I feel like in London it's really common now. For example, when you get an Uber, for example, it's always an EV. It's never not an EV now.
Wow.
So it's definitely, that's why I was quite surprised. I thought, I'm surprised,
Well, go out front and you'll find like one EV.
Yeah.
And then the rest, every taxi is still
I mean, I don't know about like rural England, but I know like London for sure it's definitely getting all electric.
It's not like that at all in New York City. And even here, I would say in Vegas, there would be a higher concentration of EVs. So you can go out and realize that the concentration of EVs here is probably 5 to 1 more than it'll be in most communities. But that's not what we talk about on the news, is it?
That isn't what we talk about daily on the news. A lot of what we talk about on the news is in the EV world, because that's kind of what's coming. That's what all the OEMs are talking about. We talk about the digital engagement, but the reality is that there are dealers everywhere that are dealing with both sides, and that's what's happening day in, day out, and recognizing that on a daily basis for dealers is like, hey, look, yes, we have to be aware, we have to be present with what's coming in the future, but right now, there's just a lot of practical stuff. Actually, I'm moderating a panel tomorrow that is all about data. And there are some that are extremely progressive in doing things with CDPs and working on data efficiency over multiple rooftops. And then there are some that maybe that's not a necessity yet, or maybe it's not even a thought yet. And so we do in a country as big as this, and with differences of both product and technology, it's just going to be the conversation that continues to kind of like ebb and flow as we work to bring everyone to the 21st century, but also recognize that the ground level is a lot different for a lot of dealers.
A sneak peek of tomorrow, right
That's
there.
right. One last question. So you're an events director. We are in Las Vegas, which is a high hospitality focus. Everybody wants to make someone feel welcome and feel like they're having a good time. What are your hopes for people? Like, how do you want them to feel when they come and they show up and they start going to the workshops? What do you want them to leave with? What's that feeling?
Do you know what I think I want it to be is I want them to walk away and not feel like it was a big corporate stuffy event. I want it to feel relaxed. I want it to feel informal. I want it to feel like, I think the car industry in general is quite like this anyway, but, like you're meeting friends, you're catching up with old friends. I want it to be that sort of feeling rather than, just another conference sort of thing.
Well, they say that a show tends to take on the character of their organizers.
That
so
is
I think
exactly what happens.
Pretty good start. Pretty
great
good
start. Well, hey, if you are joining us right now, we will continue to bring you content. You can follow all of our social media profiles across ASOTU and ASOTU events. And then also, we're going to be launching a podcast. We're recording, I think, 18 of them today.
Yes.
A podcast called Amplify in collaboration with Reuters
Events.
Reuters Events. And so you're going to want to check out Amplify. You can find it now anywhere where you can find podcasts. We're going to be hanging out with Bekki, hanging out with a bunch of incredible dealers, industry partners, and OEMs. So follow us along, and we'll make sure and bring you along for the ride.